Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Aaron, and this is the Man of War Virtue 6.5 by 52 Torpedo, and you're watching 24 Outdoors Cigar Review Channel. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back. Like I said, my name's Aaron, and you're watching the first official cigar review for the new channel. So if you're here, thanks for being here, and welcome. First of all, if you liked my other video, my intro video to the channel, go down and hit subscribe and click the notification button so you're up to date on all of our videos. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the Man of War Virtue 6.5 by 52 Torpedo. Let's get into the review and see what it's all about. So I got this cigar in a 5-pack from CigarsInternational.com, which I'm not affiliated with. I don't get any kickback from them. I don't have any relation to them. I buy some of my cigars from them because I find incredible deals through them. But I got this for a 5-pack. I'm not sure how much I paid for it. I'll have to link it up in the description because I bought 4 or 5 packs at a time, so I think I paid like $69 or something like that total for all 4 or 5 packs together. But I've smoked a couple of these already, and I'm pretty comfortable with giving you guys a good review on them now. So let's get started. We'll start off with the Prelight. On the Prelight, I see that it is a nice light buttery type wrapper, almost next to invisible seams. I do have a couple of veins running through it though. You can see here, there's one coming down right there. There's also one down here towards the bottom, another one right here, and by the looks of it on the back side there. But that typically doesn't hurt me. It doesn't do anything for me. My palate's still relatively new enough that I can't taste that. So, but one thing I want to point out is this band on this thing. Look at that band. That is a fantastic band. It's like a silver or a chrome on gray, and there is some blue accents there on the back, but it's raised up a little bit. That's a really great band. I really like the band on this particular cigar. It does appear to have a double cap on the Torpedo. Let's get into a smell test and see what that's all about. I smell, right off the bat, I smell sweet tobacco. Almost a barnyard, wet hay type smell. Let's go to the foot. Definite barnyard, excuse me. Definite wet hay smell to it. A little bit of nuttiness to it. As I look at it, the wrapper seems to, now that I look at it with a light reflecting off of it, seems a little toothy. Slightly, just ever so slightly toothy, not too bad. Smells pretty decent though. Let's get into the cut. I'll bring you back for the cut. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Tonight, I'm going to be cutting this with a Calibre double guillotine. I'm not sure what model this is of a Calibre cigar cutter, but this is what I like to call my old trusty cigar cutter. This thing has been through hell and back with me. I drop it, it falls, it just does whatever. It's always sharp for me. It always gets a great cut, and it's an all-around great cutter. So if you see this particular cigar cutter, I'll try to find it on Amazon or something and put a link in the description below. But if you find this cigar cutter anywhere, buy it immediately, because I'm pretty sure I didn't pay much for it, and it's seriously like indestructible. So that's what I'm going to be cutting with. I'm looking at the cap here, trying to figure out what the best way of attack of this is. I like doing an angle cut on my torpedoes, and it looks like the band is pretty much lined up with where I want it to be in the cut. So I'm going to get just a slight cut on this real quick, and we'll see what happens. bring my work area over so I don't make a mess everywhere. Okay. See this focused face? This is focused. This isn't just focused, this is super focused. I hate messing my cuts up. I hate it. Hate it. Alright. Seems like decent enough of a cut. I didn't get any cap lifting up or anything like that, so pretty stoked about that. Sometimes whenever you have these and the caps are kind of off camera and whatnot, it's sometimes easy with the torpedoes to get them messed up. Let's go in for the cold draw and see what we can find. Okay, the draw is almost where I like it. It's a little bit too free-flowing for me. It's not quite like sucking through a drinking straw, which I hate. I like a little bit of a tight draw. This is slightly tight. It's just off of the opened area, but as far as taste goes, I definitely got some sweet tobacco there. Definite barnyard. That barnyard smell that I was getting is definitely coming out in the cold draw. And a little bit of like wet hay finish. Okay. Why don't we cut to the lighting and we'll bring you back for the lighting. Stick around. Alright, let's see here. So today I'm going to be, or tonight I should say, because it's actually kind of late at night, I'm going to be lighting it up with a cedar skewer here. And before anybody asks me where I got it, this is where I got it. I got a couple of cedar drawers off of Amazon, and the one was kind of mangled whenever I got it, and to save me from having to ship it back, I actually just cut it down and made a bunch of skewers out of it. I keep it in this little glass case. I cut them whenever I need them, and they just hang out in there. And because this was a Maker's Mark 650, it has a little bit of a sweet smell to it. But whenever I have the chance to, and I have a relatively decent cigar, I like to use the cedar skewers. They make me feel good about myself. I'll be lighting it up with a Rockwell triple quad torch lighter that I got for free. Fun fact, I've never purchased a lighter because it seems like every time I buy cigars I get a free lighter with it, because every website's pretty good about doing that. So I have a handful of free cigars or free lighters that I've gotten. So let's light this thing up. Move my work area back down here so I don't burn the crap out of everything in front of me. Get this nice and toasty here. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Look at that burn. And as always, we're toasting the foot. We don't want to heat it up too fast. Nice and toasty. Just kind of let it do its thing. We're going to see it start smoking pretty decent here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw on it in front of the flame. And then I'm going to pull it away before I stop drawing so that I don't flame up on the cigar, because that burns the wrapper back pretty good. So okay. And I feel like I got that pretty well lit. So, get rid of that little thing. And let's see. A little bit of pepper right off the bat. Not a whole lot. I'm the kind of guy that really likes pepper, so right off the bat, it doesn't have a whole lot of pepper. pretty decent smoke output. I'd say this is probably right around a medium bodied cigar right now. A little bit of sweet hay in there. I'm getting more of that pepper taste on the late finish now. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to smoke this well into the first third. I'm going to start into the second third, and I'll come back for the first third review. Why don't you guys just hang out where you're at, light up a cigar, grab a drink, and I'll be right back with you. Okay guys, welcome back for the first third review of the Man of War Virtue 6.5 by 52 Torpedo. And this is what I got in the first third. So, that pepper flavor is definitely prominent. I taste it, it's there. It's there in the beginning now, and it's there on the finish. Now on the late finish, I'm getting more of a numbing sensation. That kind of like sits in your mouth for a while. The numbing's there until maybe you take a drink of something and then it finally goes away. Definitely have that sweet tobacco still, very slight sweet tobacco, just ever so slight barnyard type flavor. But the sweet hay, the sweet wet hay has kind of went to the wayside now, and kind of all I have is that barnyard and pepper now. But a little bit of statistics on this particular cigar, and I have them right in front of me, so if you see me look down, it's because I'm looking directly at a computer screen giving me the information, because I can't remember that information. So this is a Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. It is the binder is Nicaraguan, and so is the filler. So now you know what this cigar is. I like it so far. I do like that pepper is more prominent now, and it kind of creates at the beginning and towards the end, and you know, in the late finish it's still there, and I get that numbing sensation. I like that numbing that you get, almost that you get with like scotches, that peaty type flavor. So I really enjoy that. So I'm gonna smoke this down some more, and I'll come back to you with the second third review. Hang out and smoke something. Okay everybody, welcome back. We are finally just about into the final third here. I only have a little bit left. So in the second third, the flavors stayed relatively the same. It's been consistent from beginning to this point now, with the exception in the first third, about halfway through, I started having more of a pepper flavor throughout the whole entire draw process, from the start to the late finish. I still have that same thing now. Now, whenever I would retro, I got like a super nutty finish on that, which I'm cool with that. I do like the nutty finishes on some cigars, but I'm getting on the retro as well a little bit of like toast, like whole wheat bread toast. And to tell you the truth, I've never had that in a cigar before, and I kind of like it. I hope that the rest of the cigar keeps that up. But for now, that is about how much we have left. Finally into the final third. It's been, I don't know, probably a good hour and 40 minutes or hour and 35 minutes now. I typically smoke cigars pretty slow, so it's no surprise to have it last that long. So that's my review for the second third. Stick around and we'll catch you for the final third review, and then the final review of the entire cigar. Hang out. Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around this long, and I've got to apologize. This portion of the video is going to be pretty anticlimactic. I thought that I'd get a little bit more change out of this cigar, but I just didn't. Throughout the whole entire cigar, there wasn't a whole lot of complexities to it, and that could be because my palate isn't as diverse as some people's palates are. Now, I do smoke typically 1 to 2 cigars a day, so my palate is growing, and it's growing, and it's growing, but I still feel like it's not as great as what it could be, and that's why I want to keep these videos going and keep reviewing them. And the biggest thing that's helped me is writing everything down on a piece of paper while I'm reviewing a cigar. And there's so many cigars that I've reviewed off camera that I just started writing stuff down and writing every little bit that I got out of that cigar. Now, like I said, I'm at the end of the run now, and I don't like whenever a cigar gets super hot, whenever you're taking a draw on it, that it burns your mouth. I'm not all about that. I like a cool draw, and you know, I don't like whenever it gets hot. So that for me is getting too warm. So I'm gonna set it over here. I'm gonna let it die on its own respectfully, and I'm gonna give you an update on the review of the video, or the review of the cigar. So, like I said, I keep pretty decent notes. As you can see, I have quite a bit written down here about this cigar. Unfortunately, there wasn't a whole lot of changes in the last third. Now, that nuttiness that I was getting on the retro pretty much went away, but I still had that pepper and the numbing in my mouth, as well as that buttered, or the toast, the whole wheat toast. During retro, I had a lot more of that in the final third, which I'm cool with, but I didn't like that the pepper kind of died down and the nuttiness went away. So my total burn time is 2 hours and 14 minutes. You might have a less burn time, you might have more burn time. It all depends on how fast you smoke your cigars. I typically take my time with the cigars, especially whenever I'm reviewing them, so I can get every single flavor that is in that cigar. So, let's see how it fared out on my review. So, I base things off of a 40-point value total, 40 possible points. You have your pre-light, your cut, your cold draw, your light, your first draw, first third, second third, and final third, and all of those are able to have 5 points total. So for this particular cigar, I gave the pre-light a 3.1, and I'm not going to go into why I gave it that, but I gave it a 3.1. My cut, I gave a 5. My cold draw, I gave a 4.8. My light, I gave a 3.2. My first draw, I gave a 3.0. The first third I gave a 3.8, the second third I gave a 3.0, and the final third I gave a 2.9, for a total of 28.8 points out of 40. Now that, for me, is a pretty highly ranked cigar. I've only had a couple of cigars that I've ranked over 30. There's only a handful of them, but that's where this one fared. For me personally, this isn't going to be an everyday smoke for me. This isn't going to be something that I keep stock in my humidor. Once I'm out of these, I probably won't get any more. That's just me. If you guys like this type of cigar, that might be something you're into. If you're not into the complex flavors like I am, you might be into this cigar. It's a great cigar. The construction is next to perfect. I found a few veins that you guys saw in the beginning of the video on the wrapper, but again, that I don't have the palate developed that I can taste those, and it doesn't give me an uneven burn or anything. The burn on this cigar was absolutely perfect. I just want to note that their construction is great on this cigar. The tobacco is put in nicely. I had at least 1.5 inches ash every time, and I don't have any complaints about the cigar other than it's very, very dull, anticlimactic for me. I wasn't totally impressed with the flavors. So that's what I gave on this review. Now, if you guys like this video, go over here, and on my initial video, I kind of pointed in the wrong area. Right down here in this very, very corner, there's a little cigar about this big. Click on that. That's the subscribe button. That's one of the subscribe buttons. You can also instead of going there, come down here and click subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification buttons, guys. I want to make an offer. If I get 50 likes on this video or 50 subscribers, I'm going to do my first giveaway. What I'm going to give away, I have no clue. I don't know. I did have a comment on the last video on how to verify an age, so maybe we'll look into doing some cigars and definitely some cutters or a lighter or an ashtray. I don't know. I'll have to get some things together here, and first of all, anything that I give away is going to be bought by me. It's not going to be given by anybody as of right now. Now, I do have my feelers out trying to get promo codes for you guys, because I don't necessarily want to benefit from me doing the reviews as far as merchandise and money goes. I'm not really in it for that. I want you guys to get good deals on cigars. And if you're like new into cigars and you can't justify purchasing a humidor and purchasing, you know, $50, $60, $70, $80 worth of cigars to put in your humidor on top of your humidification, then I want to try to provide a promo code or some sort of something to help you guys get started on cigars. And for those of you who are out there that are already into cigars that just want to add to your collection, I want to help with that as well, as much as I can. I'm not in it for money. I'm not in it for merchandise for myself. I want to see you guys get as much as you possibly can, the best bang for your buck. Now, I did get this pack of cigars from Cigars International. Like I said, I got a killer deal on them. There was 4 5-packs for, I think, $64, and I got to choose which 5-packs I wanted. There was, I think, 4 in each category or 5 in each category that I could choose from, and I'm really happy about it. That's a great deal. Another great site to go to would be Cigar Bid, who is owned by Cigars International, and you can get amazing, amazing deals on that website. But here's the warning that I'm going to give you, is it is just like, and I don't know this from experience, but I have seen people, it is just like crack cocaine. Once you start, it's very, very hard to stop. So if you have zero self-control, disregard the last 20 seconds of this video, and I'll wait for you to disregard that. Okay, you disregarded it? Great. Moving on. Like I said, if you guys like this video, subscribe, hit the like button, turn on the notifications so you're up to date on every video that we put out. Also, like I said, here's the challenge: 50 subscribers or 50 likes on this video, and we're going to do our first giveaway. Until I get to see you guys again, have a great night. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being here, spending your night with me, choosing to spend your night with me, drinking with me, smoking with me. Everybody out there, stay smoky.